A small story. A mother went with her child to a public function. Somehow she lost track of the child and they got separated in the crowd. The mother got very panicky and started searching all over for the child. Suddenly she heard a voice behind her. "Maria, Maria!" And she turned round and saw her daughter. She ran to her, hugged her, and asked, "But why were you calling me Maria instead of Mom?" The child replied, "That would have been of no use. There are so many moms around here." Children are still centered in themselves and they are more alive and more alert than us. Because of this, they get away so easily. Their innocence, their love, their body language, all of this speaks for them, not their words. Once the mind steps in with the societal conditionings, this innocence just disappears. Then we have to make up with words and pretensions because we have forgotten how to be innocent and how to be total. When love becomes a duty, it becomes nothing but a burden. And when it becomes a burden, you will not be celebrating. You will be under pressure all the time. Parents teach children reasons to love. From a young age, love is taught with a reason. Do we ever teach them to love the earth? Do we teach our children to love nature? But we teach them to love our relatives. We teach them to love us. We teach them to love everyone who will be of some use to them in some way. If you teach them to embrace nature, you are sowing the seed of real love in them. I have seen many parents. They will teach their kids to throw garbage in public places and destroy the beauty of nature. The same parents who teach the children to love the family will teach them to abuse nature. If you have real love in you, you will not abuse nature. And if you have real love in you, you will embrace nature and people alike. You see, you have to sow the right seed. Only then the desired plant will grow. You should sow the right seed and create the right conditions for love to flower inside the child. This is where meditation helps. Meditation helps in sowing the seed, in creating the space inside for this growth to happen. Nothing can be imposed from outside. The moment it is imposed, it will be either met with resistance or it will be carried out as a duty, as a burden. The love that we all talk about is just psychological slavery, nothing else. You enslave the person in the name of love and he feels compelled to behave in a particular fashion. With physical slavery, you will at least know that you are being enslaved. But with psychological slavery, it is so cunning that you will not even know that you are being enslaved until you come across a situation where you are mature enough to perceive it, to understand it. Why do you think there is so much of guilt in all of us? It is because the love that we know always comes along with guilt. When love is total, when love is pure energy from your being, it can never bring guilt. You feel guilty only because you always feel that you have not loved enough, that you have failed in love somewhere. And why have you not loved enough? Because you have been taught only ordinary love, never the total love. I tell you, when you have loved totally, you will never feel guilty or sad when someone dies. You may feel sad at the physical separation, but you will never feel that you have missed anything when they were living. When I say total love, I don't mean that you should have fulfilled all their expectations of attention and wants. I mean, You should have been centered in yourself well and exuded that kind of energizing love towards them, seeing and respecting them as a part of existence. If you had been this way, you would have experienced them in a joyful fashion, and you will not feel any guilt when they pass away. Family always instills guilt in you so that it can have control over you. Guilt is nothing but a hangover of many kinds of emotions because you did not explore the emotion in totality. Never allow guilt to possess you. I'm not saying that you can do what you please and not feel guilty about it. No. Understand, you need to live totally from your center with a deep awareness and understanding, and then there will be no room for guilt at all. True love always gives without a care, and it doesn't know how to ask. It does not know any trade. It knows only to give, and it can never be created. See, it is like this. You can create a plastic rose, but will it have the fragrance of the real rose? No. In the same way, true love can never be created. The love that you live in your everyday lives is just like the plastic rose with no fragrance. It appears real, but has no fragrance. For the real rose to happen in you, you need to create the right conditions, the right soil, the right amount of water, and then it will just happen on its own. Similarly, for true love to happen, you can create awareness, clarity, a deep understanding within yourself, and it will blossom from inside you. In a college gathering, one girl asked me, Swamiji, was it failure in love that caused you to become a sannyasi? I told her that it was success in love that caused me to become a sannyasi. Failure in love will create only a devdas, not a sannyasi. Only when you can love the whole world can you become a sannyasi. Only when you can love the whole world, it is real love. Real love knows no relationships. Only ordinary love knows relationships. In ordinary love, you love your father because he provides for you. You love your mother because she takes care of you. You love your boyfriend because he gives you sensual pleasure. These are the various reasons for ordinary love. But real love is not like that. It does not say, oh, this is my father, I must love him. No. It knows to keep loving everyone and everything. That's all it knows. With ordinary love, there will be failure and success. With real love, there is no failure or success. It just is. That's all. The success is in finding it. People think when nothing works out for you, when love becomes no more, you become a sannyasi. Sannyasis are looked upon as renunciates who are driven by frustration. I tell you, I feel so sad when I think of these people who say these things. They are in such deep ignorance, and they pass judgment from such a state of ignorance. Sannyas is the ultimate marriage to the divine. A true sannyasi is one who is so loving and compassionate that it is said that where he walks, the grass doesn't die. This is not a story, it is the truth. A true sannyasi is one who exudes compassion and love towards existence. A true sannyasi is one who knows that prayer is love and love is prayer. When you have found real love, your prayer will be just an expression of it. What are the Meera bhajans? They are the loving outpourings of Meera, an enlightened woman from